Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show today, and welcome to the third day's play report between England and Australia on the third day of the Ashes Test Series. Well, yesterday we were talking about Chris Rogers, who was undefeated on 101, and Brad Haddin probably playing out early in the morning and then slowly moving towards the new ball. They should get in as many runs as possible. But nothing of that sort happened today. It was the innings was quickly wound up. In fact, Australia lost the advantage, I would say, because yesterday they were sitting at probably 16 runs shy of 238 and at 222. And here it is that Australia's innings were even finished even before the new ball was due in probably 6 overs time, because in the 90th over, 89.3 overs was what Australia got, and Australia were all out for 270. Today it was not the work of, in fact, Stuart Broad took only one wicket, and that was of the I thought it was of the last man, Ryan Harris, who actually really defied this English bowling attack to score very well with the bat. In fact, he was looking confident in his strokes, and he scored 28 of 33 balls with 5 fours. And other than that, well, as far as the overnight batsmen were concerned, they were scalped up by James Anderson and Graham Swan. In fact, the first to go today was Brad Haddin. Brad Haddin got a ball from Swan, and he was out LBW for 13 with 2 boundaries. So that made the score 224 for 6. And Chris Rogers got a ball from Graham Swan with a lot of turn and bounce, which he did to Brad Haddin. But this was having a lot of turn, a lot of bounce, and Chris Rogers was a victim as he prodded and Pryor behind the stumps took the catch. So he was gone for 110 with 14 fours, and after that, as I said, Ryan Harris was the one who started playing his strokes to actually get this Australian score on to 270 and at least pick up a lead of at least 32 runs. And the other batsmen out today were Pietersen, caught by Cook, bowled Anderson for 5. Nathan Lyon was LBW, bowled Anderson. He was trying to walk towards Anderson, and Anderson had him LBW for 4. Jackson Bird was not out on not. 270 all out. That was the lead that Australia got. A very small lead of 32 runs. The bowling, well, Stuart Broad picked up his 5th wicket, at least got his 5th wicket haul, 5-wicket haul, as he bowled 24.3 overs, 7 maiden, 71 runs and 5 wickets. And he also picked up a very important wicket because Ryan Harris was looking good, and it took Stuart Broad to come into the attack and pick up the wicket of Ryan Harris. So he had 5 for 71. Bresnan 1 for 63. Graham Swan showing that he could extract a lot of turn and bounce out of this wicket. 2 for 48 for him, and that was it. And then England went into bat with 32 runs in arrears. And again, Ryan Harris, well, he did very well with the bat early in the morning, but well, going towards the afternoon, Ryan Harris was there with the red cherry, and with the red cherry, he picked up 3 wickets. And look at the way he picked up the wickets. The first wicket was a real, one of a peach of a delivery from Ryan Harris. You know, Ryan Harris has been bowling very well, and Ryan Harris, what a delivery to actually dismiss Joe Root. The ball was pitched up, and it just moved off the seam, and Joe Root was on his forward defense, and the ball went and hit the top of the off stump. And what a delivery! You can't bowl a better delivery than that. And Ryan Harris got that subtle movement there of the ball just moving a shade like an off cutter and picking up his top of the off stump. And Joe Root was walking, and he was absolutely bemused. What a delivery it was! A beautiful delivery produced by Ryan Harris to get rid of Joe Root. And so he was gone for 2. And after that, Alistair Cook, after hitting 3 boundaries in his knock of 22 of 37 deliveries, he played one of those, I would say, one of the atrocious shots, because Alistair Cook normally is not a player who actually plays away from his body and tries to nibble at balls going outside the off stump. And Alistair Cook, the English captain, today nibbled at a delivery from Ryan Harris outside the off stump, and Brad Haddin took the catch gleefully. That was something which I would really say that it was not a shot that would have been expected of a prolific run getter and the captain of the English cricket team like Alistair Cook. So he was gone for 22. That made the score 42 for 2, and Ryan Harris once again coming around the wicket and getting the wicket of Jonathan Trott. And Jonathan Trott of late one has found that he has been a bit, I would say, a bit susceptible as far as short pitch bowling is concerned, and Ryan Harris really got the wicket of Jonathan Trott. It was a very good ball. In fact, he bounced. He bowled a bouncer to Jonathan Trott. Jonathan Trott was on the hook shot, but also one has to give credit to the catch that Brad Haddin took absolutely over his head, and what a wonderful catch he took. And Jonathan Trott was gone after making 23 look good. He was playing his customary shots on the onside and driving well, but Jonathan Trott had to go 23 off with 3 boundaries, and this was precisely what Ryan Harris did. And as you know, Stuart Broad did the same yesterday to Australia. Today Ryan Harris did the same to England by having England absolutely on the rack at 49 for 3. After that, it took real resuscitation from the English batsmen, and that resuscitation had to be provided by Kevin Pietersen and Ian Bell in particular. Both of them slowly started first settling down and then taking advantage of all the loose deliveries. But as we all know about Kevin Pietersen, how aggressive he is, he started playing his strokes with real flair. And Ian Bell, and the partnership was it was a very good partnership. In fact, the score they had done the resuscitation part of it, and they had taken the score on to 155. So essentially, it meant that it was a 106-run stand for the 4th wicket, which took England to 155. And that was the time Nathan Lyon, now once again picking up the wicket of Kevin Pietersen, as Kevin Pietersen was gone, caught by Rogers off the bowling of Nathan Lyon for 44 with 6 boundaries. Ian Bell was joined in by Jonathan Bairstow, and Jonathan Bairstow today looked pretty composed in the crease. He was playing some exquisite strokes. In fact, one of the balls he pushed from Ryan Harris, I suppose, or Jackson Bird, it just raced to the fence. And not only that, he also played some very good pull shots. And as I said, he was looking pretty composed at the crease, and he was giving all the support to Ian Bell. And Ian Bell, on the other hand, well, you know what a nudger he is, what a pusher he is, and he kept on, grinding the Australian attack. And Ian Bell, well, he picked up a lot of runs through dabs to third man today. And well, his driving is always good to see. He's a real player to watch. And Ian Bell, as you know, is one of those sort of blokes who really can wear out the opposition bowling, and he was doing that absolutely to a T. And Jonathan Bairstow, so once that partnership was over, there was more entertainment for the English spectators, with Jonathan Bairstow unveiling some great strokes. And this partnership also started blossoming and took the score on to 221 from 155 for 4. They took on the score to 221 for the 5th wicket, and that was the time. With the score on 221, Jonathan Bairstow was gone, as he was caught by Brad Haddin of the bowling of Nathan Lyon, the off-spinner, who picked up his 2nd wicket there. And Jonathan Bairstow contributed 28 runs with 6 boundaries, and as I said, it was all well-hit boundaries there. And then Ian Bell finally, just before close of play, he went on to get his 3rd century of this Ashes Test series, and he was not out on a princely 105 with 10 boundaries. And Ian Bell had notched up his 3rd century of this Ashes Test series, and that is something which is absolutely a phenomenal achievement. In the past, there have been certain people who have done it, but Ian Bell would be absolutely proud of it. And what a player Ian Bell is. I mean, he's just a player who would really hold the innings together, and he will start playing his strokes, and he's a very difficult batsman to dislodge. And Ian Bell, as I said, picked up a lot of runs through the third man region today with a lot of dabs there. And when bad light stopped play, Ian Bell was not out on 105 with 10 boundaries, and Tim Bresnan was not out on 4, and he was the night watchman who was sent ahead of Matt Pryor. 234 for 5 was what England finished with. So if you look at it, if you minus the lead that Australia took, 32 runs, you're looking at 202 for England for 5 wickets at close of play on the third day of this fourth Test match. Just let's look at the bowling figures. Well, Ryan Harris was the one who immediately who did all the early damage there. 20 overs, 1 maiden, 74 runs and 3 wickets. So he really bowled well. In fact, he started shifting gears, in the sense that he started shifting from over the wicket to round the wicket. He tried a few things, and he was pretty effective. Jackson Bird also always, as in the first innings, once again bowled a very good line and kept the batsman guessing. 17.3 overs, 5 maidens, 45 runs to no wicket, and Shane Watson unfortunately had to troop off with an injury, which is not good news for Australia. 6.3 overs, 1 maiden, none for 22. He also bowled well, I thought. Siddle, 12 overs, 3 maidens, none for 40. Unfortunately, returning wicketless. Nathan Lyon picked up his 2 wickets, so he had a much better bowling in this particular Test match, I suppose. 17 overs, 2 maidens, 246. Stephen Smith bowled just 1 over for 1 run. Probably one would have probably wanted to see Stephen Smith bowl a lot with the pitch really having. I mean, I wouldn't say it was. The pitch was having lots of turn, but there was some turn evident. I thought probably Stephen Smith could have bowled much more than what he bowled today. Well, dear fans and subscribers, one thing that I can tell you, this match is definitely getting into a result. There are only 2 days to go, and I would say it's evenly poised, because right now England are 202 runs ahead. They have 2 more days to go. It would be very interesting to see how the pitch behaves tomorrow, whether the spinners are able to get more punches out of this wicket, especially Nathan Lyon, and then really look at how England do. Now, one more thing is that Australia might be fancying that there are another 16 overs probably left, and then the new ball will be due. So probably Australia will be fancying their chances, saying that if they could actually get through with that, they probably would like to do what England did to Australia today, by picking up some early wickets and keeping the score to a minimum, so that Australia could have a decent target to chase. Well, but there is time, always time. There's a lot of time in this particular Test match, no doubt about it. But one thing I can tell you right now, I can only say it is absolutely evenly poised, and this Test match is definitely heading for a result. Well, let's look at the Caribbean Premier League today. In the Caribbean Premier League today, St. Lucia Zouks and Jamaica Tallawahs actually clashed, and Jamaica Tallawahs won the match by 6 wickets with a knock from Andre Russell, really pinching the ropes at a precision that only Russell could do. He blasted runs. He actually carted Monet Morkel for 6s. He cut him for 6s. And Andre Russell contributed 47 runs of just 19 deliveries, 3 4s and 4 6s. He was kept good company by one non-Philander, who also tonked the ball hard with an unbeaten 18 of 5 balls with 1 4 and 2 6s. And that was precisely the reason the Jamaica Tallawahs won this match by 6 wickets. Earlier it was St. Lucia Zouks who batted first, and they made 142 for 7. Tamim Iqbal at the top of the order could not get much support from the other batsmen, barring Herschel Gibbs, who made 22 of 23 balls with 2 4s, and Darren Sammy, the captain, making 26 of 18 balls with 1 4 and 2 6s. Tamim Iqbal contributed 75 valuable runs of 62 balls, 6 4s and 3 6s. He was the one who was standing like he was really holding the innings and also playing the strokes. He was there till the 18th over. And other than that, Andrew Fletcher was out for 2. Misbah ul Haq was out for 1. Albie Morkel collected a duck. And 142 for 7 was the score for the St. Lucia Zouks. As far as the bowling was concerned, Gale bowled 2 overs for 9 runs. Bernard 4 overs, 1 for 24. Philander bowled 2 for 31. None for 31 for Nikita Miller. Muttiah Muralidharan 1 for 29, and Andre Russell 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 15. As I said, Jamaica Tallawahs, they initially got a good start from Chris Gale and Ahmed Shehzad, especially Chris Gale, who cracked 40 of 31 balls, 2 4s and 3 6s. Ahmed Shehzad was out for 11. Bonner was out for 7. Danja Hyatt was out for 13. But then they scored at 105 for 4 when Gale departed. But after that, Andre Russell and Bernard Philander saw them to victory with some great hitting, I would say. Andre Russell not out 47 of just 19 deliveries, 3 4s and 4 6s, sealing the match for them. And Andre Russell was named man of the match. One non-Philander, not out 18 of just 5 deliveries, 1 4 and 2 6s. And Vernon Philander is definitely showing a lot of batting capabilities as far as this Caribbean Premier League is concerned. Looking at the bowling figures, Mathurin bowled excellently, I thought, at the top of the heap there. 4 overs, no more than 1 for 11. And then Shillingford 1 for 41 of his quota. Pascal was blasted 1 for 32. Markel was the one who really got some severe tap from both Russell and Philander. 2.3 overs, no maiden, none for 32. Darren Sammy, the captain, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 28. And that was the bowling figures for the St. Lucia Zouks. Jamaica Tallawahs winning the match by 6 wickets. Well, dear fans and subscribers, nothing else to really share today. We are definitely looking at the 4 days play. There's an interesting day's play coming up in the Ashes Test Series tomorrow. The 4th day, looking at how the pitch is going to behave too. It would be pretty interesting to watch. There definitely, according to me, should be lots of purchase for the spinners. So Nathan Lyon and Swan should be very, very keenly watched, according to me. Well, so that is something which is coming up tomorrow. Well, as usual, your host Ram will be there to give you the 4 days proceedings. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. Yeah, one more thing that I would like to say before going, but it's a very quick report that Australia A today defeated the India A team. It was not a very close match, but it was a very like a high-scoring match. And Glenn Maxwell once again blasted 93 runs of 45 balls today. And what was more important was that Australia A has entered the finals of the Tri-Series. So it depends on the India A versus South Africa A match coming tomorrow to decide who is going to contest with Australia A in the finals of the Tri-Series in Pretoria. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show of today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye.